Well, the cemetery situation, we have Camptown and Walker Cemetery. We definitely believe was started in the 1840s during slavery time, and many of the slaves was buried here. But then during Reconstruction, two additional cemeteries came into necessary to be used, mainly because there was people who had moved to the west side of town, and it's about 5 or 6 miles, and then bodies had a problem of bringing them from over there here. They would bury over there. Well, we believe that a need for a cemetery on the west side of town arose in the 1860s, 70s, or 80s. And we believe that a guy named Matt Gain, who was the first black senator from this area during Reconstruction, who had spent about 2 terms in Austin and had been pushed out through some hook or crook, and he then became a community organizer. He organized churches.
And he was a state representative?
State senator.
Okay.
He was the only black state senator during that Reconstruction period from Washington County. There was another one from other areas of East Texas, and maybe one from South Texas, but he was the only one in this area. He lived in Burton, Texas, and he represented Washington County and a few other counties. Because Washington County was much bigger at that time. What happened was, when the cemetery was organized, that cemetery was called Home Improvement Cemetery, HIC. There was another section there that was called Willow Grove. And we believe, according to old history, that the HIC section was reserved for the elite blacks, the professors and teachers and preachers and their families. It's smaller, but it's more on top of the hill. It's got the most prime location, and we've found that the important people of that area is buried there. For instance, Pickett High School was named after Pickett, and he's buried there. And many more influential and outstanding people is buried in that area. The Willow Grove section, it was the more common folks, and we got many different families buried there. Actually, all 4 of these cemeteries, Camptown, Walker, Willow Grove, and HIC, have filled up. And they all now, there's no room for burial here in those 4. So they are historical sites in their own right.
Okay.